Ako po si Sonny Ilustre, and my program is Sali Masa, aired every Saturday from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. on Radio Bandido TV, simulcast on DZRJ 8:10 a.m. on Sky Cable Channel 224, digital boxes, and on free-to-air TV, facebook.com, DZRJ 8:10 a.m., and our official YouTube channel.
Sali Masa, with host Sonny Ilustre, digs into current events and human interests. All viewers and listeners are invited to take part in the discussion. All opinions are welcome and respected. Sali Masa is open to assist those experiencing injustice. The motto of the show is, if God is with us, who is against us? Seen every Saturday from 4 to 5 p.m. on Radio Bandido TV, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air channel 29, facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m. or on YouTube, channel DZRJ 8:10 a.m. Radio Bandido. Chit Chat with
Magandang hapon po sa lahat. Ito pa rin po inyong lingkod, Sonny Ilustre. Makakasama po ninyo hanggang alas 5 sa ating programang Sali Masa. At siyempre po, this is a very important day. We are lucky to have ito po naman. If you will notice, naku, may ubusan ako ng English dito ha. I have a very beautiful lady beside me. Ito po mga kaibigan, Miss Janet Campas. Miss Janet Campas, who is the Queen of, wala pa it's not yet written there, no? But anyway, Queen of the Universe.
The Noble Queen of the Universe.
The Noble Queen of the Universe, and also an artist. Yeah, in her own right. So, good afternoon, Miss Janet Campas.
Good afternoon.
Yes. And of course, it is an honor for us to have you here in our program, Sali Masa, so that you could, in your own way, tell us something about what painting is about. So, you are an artist and a painter.
Yes.
Miss Janet, you were known as a painter and a noble queen of the universe. So you have also this talent in many teleseries, no? But you are also known as Janet Campas, artist and violinist, of course. And can you say something about this Noble Queen of the Universe Limited? What is it all about?
It's an organization which actually the one who started it, they approached me, and I was like, oh my goodness, it was kind of like a pageant, I thought. And it is a pageant, but you actually have to have done some noble things, some good things. You need to have helped people, and so you need to not be too young, because you need to have been able to do good things like feeding street children, or teach kids violin, or I've traveled a lot. So that's why I got approached. So that's what we do. We are empowering other people who are doing good and who are helping their neighbor, and their or they have a little organization maybe for women, or they are teaching kids, and all these volunteer things just to improve other people's lives.
Yes. So thank you for giving us a sort of a view on what the Noble Queen of the Universe is all about. So, as I understand, it is a sort of a beauty pageant. Is it also such?
Well, it's never bad to look good, is it?
Of course, you're very. I find a lot of people will find you very beautiful, and they will suppose that being a queen of this noble queen of the universe will also mean that you have to also be at least beautiful in and outside. In
Correct.
and out.
Yes, that is exactly what Noble Queen is about. Is that we should be beautiful inside out. And,
Yes.
and the truth is really that what you have inside of you, it will come out. Sooner or later, it will always come out. And yeah.
But aside from being a beauty queen and a member of the noble queen of the universe, you are also an artist and actually a painter. When did you really start painting and why?
I started painting at a very early age because music and art is really in my blood. Oh, you can't hear me. Okay, so I started to paint. Yes, I was like 4 or 5 years of age when I knew that I would become an artist. And people ask, how did you know that at such an early age? I started to play violin when I was 7. I won an art competition when I was 8. I actually didn't even know I was in an art competition. It was the teacher who thought, oh, this is good, let me put this into a competition. And so I won, and I was able to go to the bookstore, and my dad, he said, you can buy anything in this whole store, whatever you want. And I was like, oh, really? Why? Well, he said, you won a very good prize, so you can buy anything. And so I bought a photo album, and I bought some paint, of course.
Yeah. So you did it also for the income. And also, of course, because of it is in your blood to really be an artist and paint. So
Yes.
What are your inspirations? I mean, I understand a painter need to be inspired in order to have these paintings done in such a way that people will like it.
Yeah.
So what kind of inspirations did you have in order to do this?
I never really knew these things before people start to ask me here in Philippines, because Filipino people are very curious. They want to know everything about everything. They just keep on asking. Mm-hmm. And I was like, when do I paint? I paint when I'm happy. So it's very important for me to do things that makes me happy, but I get happy when I do things for other people. So that is why this Noble Queen was such a natural thing. I always do good for others. I do not go to bed unless I have done something encouraging for somebody. And you can do that even if you're locked in for months, because there is places you can make phone calls, you can text. And those things, when I can make somebody else happy, it makes me happy. So I've been to children's homes, I've been doing feeding programs, and anytime some of the Noble Queens that have different projects, then I go along if I have the time and help out. And that makes me happy, and that is so inspirational to see or smile. So
Yes.
my favorite song is Smile of Charlie Chaplin.
I see.
Yeah.
So that's nice. So, what kind of activities have you been in? And what do you call this? Do you have some exhibits? Will you kindly give us a little view of what you have been going through in order to also have this paintings of yours be known? What are your activities right now?
Well, I just now came from Yushchenko Museum in Ayala,
Huh?
and picked up 3 paintings, which has been exhibited there since the 19th of May. And it was so funny. I went there with my brother, so he helped me carry. And he said, Jeanette, where your painting hang, now Fernando Amarsolo's painting are. They have the most magnificent exhibit there now with Fernando Amarsolo and things you can read about it. It's very good. I recommend you go to Yushchenko Museum.
Well, what's that again? Yushchenko?
Yeah, Yushchenko. It's on Il Puyat and Ayala Avenue. You know,
Yes.
right beside RCBC, that big building.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there's a museum called Yushchenko Museum.
Also, for those who are interested to have a view of these paintings, also of Amarsolo,
Yeah,
you can come to...
now it's Fernando Amarsolo's paintings.
Yes.
My paintings are in the back of my car right now because my exhibit just finished.
you have finished your exhibit.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this beautiful lady beside me has received several awards. So, can you please tell us the kind of awards you have received and what kind of awards you have attributed to your paintings?
Well, people have been very kind here in the Philippines, and I have recognized my, as an artist, we try to contribute to the society with, so people can see things from a different view, and many people have recognized my efforts in this. So I got a few awards for that, for being a fantastic violinist, even if there's people who plays much better violin than I do. I do really play with my heart, and I love some of the Filipino songs like Anak and Ikaw. I really like those. And
Excuse me.
then I got some for International Painter and for representing Sweden in the Noble Queens. Ambassador of the Environment is one of my big awards.
Yes.
So I'm out planting trees. There's a lot of pictures of me planting trees. I love to plant trees and to just plant.
Yes. So, what is your, how did you arrive in your current style of painting now?
Well, that I really have to thank Philippines for, because I used to paint, Impressionism. Mm-hmm. Impressionism is a little bit more Monet, is a little older style. And when I lived in Naples, Florida, people, they asked, I said, I have this wall here, and I said what I wanted to have there, and I painted their wish. When I came to Philippines, then people said, we want to know what's inside of you. And I was like, oh, this is the first time anybody ever asked what was inside of me, and I wanted it to see on paint and paper. So I really worked hard on that. I would say for 6 months, I was really, really pushing myself. So that style became more surrealism, because I was so focused on finding the new style. So surrealism is when you dream about things, and then you paint what you dreamed. And many times it was about to take care of the earth, because Philippines is a beautiful country, but people haven't learned not to throw things on the ground. And I'm coming from a country, Sweden, where we are pristine, keeping everything clean, and we have garbage cans, and we have recycling, and we're very the opposite. So here I tried to teach people through my art that we should take care of the ground.
Yeah.
What we put on the ground, it will go down into the...
Yes.
And you are such a wealthy country, so rich. I mean, the soil, whatever you put in here, it grows. Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't have to wait for 6 months, like in Sweden. We have 6 months of total winter, of frost. And here, you just look at the seed and put a little bit, water and a little bit of love on it, and boom, you have a big flower.
Mm-hmm.
So that's inspirational here.
Thank you for that. And I am wondering, since you have been an artist, a painter for quite some time. What could have been, I'm wondering what could have been your favorite artwork? You have something in favor?
You mean my favorite artwork I have ever done?
Yes.
Or favorite project?
Yes.
I did some really cool project down in Naples, Florida, and got some really fabulous clients there. Did restaurants and lobbies of condominiums, but one that really sticks in my mind is the owner of Best Buy. Is a technology huge company, Best Buy. I don't know if you have heard about it here, but
Yes.
you go and buy any electronic there. Anyway, he had then a winter house. You think it was like a nice little cottage. It's not. It's huge. And he would like for it, because he had a huge family also, lot of kids. So he wanted there to be big windows in his big sala. But somehow those big windows did not come out the way he wanted it. So I said, well, I can paint what you're visioning, what you're seeing. What did you see? So he told me what he saw. And then I looked at the architecture of the home and interpreted that so I made 7 murals on canvas.
Yep.
And you have to learn the perspective, that if you're like 5'5" or 5'8" or 6 feet, depending on where your eyes hits, that it will go in right perspective up to these big windows. And it became magnificent. Oh, that was so much fun. Took a long time, but one mural at a time, so to say. But I laid it out as a project and described it for him. And
Yes.
this is what I really loved in Florida, when people that order something and then I described it in words. They said, Jeanette, okay, just start painting now. That sounds fantastic. Just paint. Okay, here's half the money. Just go, start. And then a week later they said, oh, you finished? I'm like, almost. You have to learn to paint really, really fast.
Yep. And of course, artists also have to earn a living. Just like any other, what do you call this? How do you now earn your income from, or is it really, what do you call this? Is it a good source of income, or how do you really earn your income through painting?
Well, when I worked in America, I had a lot of projects, and I was backed up like 9-10 months, fully booked, and I had several employees who I taught up. I mean, they had, of course, an artistic ability. So on that money, I have been able to stretch it very much here in Philippines, because here people don't know me. They're like, oh, is she just a flyby, or is she going to stay, or, is she really good, or, does she have a book? How many encyclopedias is she in? I mean, they are really, really careful to start with, but now I've been able to get up an audience who really appreciate me taking care of the environment and those paintings there. Then I have done some more contemporary and more like suprematism,
Yes.
which is something I did not look for it. It has just come to me. And how does it come to you? It comes from the environment here in the Philippines. I was in the city, so I painted a lot of things with the city. I let people around me affect me, and then I try to give what I think they need to help their business, their work, their everyday. And on that road, I'm making it. I am not starving. I'm actually too fat, a little bit. I have a little extra here, I have a little extra here.
That means you're earning already also. Yeah. At least you, as the saying goes, at least you don't get hungry. And of course, the income may not be really that big, but it will be enough to suffice. It will suffice to have you also, let's say, to live a life that is not really down. That you're, at least with what is called this, an income that is at least enough for you to live on,
Sustainable.
to stay. Yeah.
Yes, I think that's the
Sustainable
word.
income.
Yes.
So, what is really, your main source of inspiration? What is really your main source of inspiration?
People.
Ah, I see.
I
That's a nice
really
one.
love to see people or take kids out and do things with them and see how they
Yes.
react and frequency around. So, in the same time, I like to be with people who are happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even if maybe your life is not a, bowl of cherries all the time, still people have the ability of being happy here.
Yes.
And I got the most fabulous text just yesterday, and a friend said, because she was not feeling good, and she said, Jeanette, you are the only person who are so persistent and so positive, so it's impossible to say no to you and help you out when you really need.
So that's it.
Yes. So
And,
I'm able to, make people positive, even in a difficult time.
Yes, and that is a good one. That you, in your what do you call this, the chosen profession of whatever, you do not only think of yourself, but you also think of what other people needs, the needs of other people also.
Yes.
So
That's
there are-
very inspirational.
Yes, and are you staying in the Philippines for good, or what are your plans?
Yeah, I moved here permanently 2014, so I call that pretty permanently. Wouldn't you call that permanent?
It's already 8 years,
Yes.
and so
And I don't know enough Tagalog still. Because everybody's very nice speaking English.
yeah, and in that almost 8 years, what did you love most that made you what do you call this, decide to really settle here in the Philippines? What did you find nice?
It is the fact that no matter what happened, no matter how disastrous situations can be, people still do smile. Okay, yeah, they maybe cry a little bit, and things are maybe hard for somebody. But then all of a sudden they're like, oh, let's sing karaoke, and then they are happy. It is such a gift to be able to smile, and even when there's difficult things, that is probably what really, really drew me to Philippines.
Yes, these are people who know how to. They understand life. Here in the Philippines, you can see people who are really down and then still smiling.
Yes.
There was a time really. I found out people who are really a bit rich, and they have this frown in their faces.
Yeah.
There are people who has this, and yet when I was driving once, I saw people walking. They're poor. I could see they're not really rich. Maybe they're poor people, and yet they're smiling, having jokes, and really I feel they're happier than those who have this rich people that I saw. Of course, I'm not talking in general. It was only particularly those people I personally saw that day. That really, there are also instances that money is not everything, and that you can be poor and yet you can be happy. So it's not the earning that you're after, but it's the art, and it's how you can make people happy also.
Correct.
So that's good for you. And we are. Can I just please? Can we just pause for a little, because I would want to at 4:28 in the afternoon. I wish I could first greet some people
Yes.
who are listening and watching us today. So, mga kaibigan, nais ko po munang, I pressed the wrong. Okay. Babatiin ko lamang po mga kaibigan muna yung aking kamag-anak, no, I have a cousin in the USA. He was a successful musician here in the Philippines, also a well-known musical arranger. Mr. Lori Ilustre, the keyboardist of Hot Dog Band. So he said he will be listening. So I hope he's listening today. And I would like to greet him. So Lori, pinsan, mabuhay ka at sana lalo ka pang magtagumpay dyan sa iyong trabaho, no? So, Jubail Mamarinta Cellphone Repair Shop in Cavite City, Augusto Tiniola of Mercury Drug in Cavite City also, Aileen Samarde, Mercury Drug. So, Augusto Tiniola and Aileen Samarde of Mercury. Arnold Costera, pre. Arnold Castuera, parekoy, binati na kita. Hindi ka na magagalit sa akin. So, binati na kita. I already greeted you, ha? Rick Guiman, lay Minister of Imus, Cathedral. Paring Eric Uy, MM Rodolfo Tinasas, I was a band member of the Letran 151 band. We were together before during our school days. So, MM Rodolfo Tinasas, Joey Custodio, Chito Balsita, who is now also in the United States, and Angelo Redaha. Belated happy birthday, Angelo. These guards from RCBC Niog, June Kawilan and Ariel Laping, Tutor Esra Joel Gobot, who I met at the 75th anniversary of the Red Cross, and of course Annie Marie Munding. Ari Munding. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank all those who are listening to us and viewing us. And of course, we are lucky that we have now a very talented and beautiful lady from Sweden, who's now was planning to have her day here in the Philippines already for good. And Miss Jeanette Campas is an artist and a noble queen of the universe. So, Jeanette, can you at least show off a little? And wear your crown?
Oh, okay.
So that you can see how a noble queen of the universe looks like.
Yeah, maybe I should do that after. Don't you have a commercial?
Yeah, sige. We will have first a word from our studio. No? Okay.
The mystical, the magical, and the occult, made easy by G and Marge Santos on Mystical Buffet, aired every Saturday from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. This program gives insights and guidance in the world of essential spirituality and wisdom of the ages. Its aim is to share extraordinary topics to everyday lives of ordinary people. Walk with them in a mystical, alternative, and less than ordinary path of life. Watch them every Saturday on Radio Bandito TV, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, digital free-to-air Channel 29, Facebook.com/DZRJ 810 AM, and YouTube channel DZRJ 810 AM, Radio Bandito.
Serbisyo publiko ba ang hanap mo? Programang tutulong at aalalay sa iyo. Tuwing linggo, Carmen Ignacio, Mark Anthony Ignacio, Miss Teresita Amansek, Malasaki Kapwa. 2 oras ng aksyon, ng tulong, ng puso. Malasaki Kapwa. 1:00 hanggang 3:00 ng hapon. Malasaki Kapwa. Mapapanood at mapakikinggan sa DZRJ 810 AM sa Radyo Bandito TV, TV Plus boxes, Sky Cable Channel 224, Digital free-to-air Channel 29, Facebook.com/DZRJ810AM at sa YouTube channel
DZRJ 8:10 a.m. Radio Bandido.
Malasakit Kapwa. Aksyon, tulong, puso, malasakit kapwa.
Okay mga kaibigan, nagbabalik po ang inyong programang Sali Masa. Medyo napapalaban po tayo dito ng konting, alam mo, mabuti na nagbaon ako ng konting English pagkat itong ating kaharap ngayon, because we are now with a noble queen of the universe, Miss Janet Campas, who is now wearing her crown and what do you call this? Advocate Queen of the Universe.
Yes.
2021.
So I put this on because this is my latest award. What is the Ambassador of the Noble Queens of the Universe? And this crown, I have it for 1 year, and then I will crown somebody new who will be the ambassador for the Noble Queens.
Oh.
Yes. So we have once a year we meet, and we have like a yearly meeting.
So congratulations, you have this crown with you, and it surely fits you well. And
Thank you.
You really deserve being a queen, because we feel that you're not only beautiful out, but also in. So in and out, you are really beautiful, because beauty is, you classify what beauty is. There are beautiful people with bad habits, and people who really, we call them in the movies contrabida, these villains, movie villains. They're beautiful, but they do a lot of things that would hurt other people. But here we have a different kind of a lady here who has been a member and a queen of a noble queen of the universe, whose advocacy, I think, is to help other people also, and give them some of their needs. What is really again?
Yes. So we have been up in a lot of places to have been feeding programs, and have been feeding street kids, and I just love the way street kids says, "Do you have any apples?" It's just the way they say it, apples. There's so many cute words the Filipino says here, and get a smile on their face. But we plant a lot of trees, because I have another sash. I have a lot of sashes actually, but one is Ambassador Queen of the Environment. So we are on a program with DENR, where we have signed a paper where we are always recycling. We are doing tree planting in many places now. So many places it's a wonderful way to get out of Manila and do something good and do something encouraging to other people.
Oh, that's nice to hear that. And of course, you have been in whatever you're doing now for quite some time. And I am sure people out there will really see that you deserve what you have achieved, and it really looks good on you. The crown looks good on you. And will you please enlighten us? What have you done to have this crown? I mean, I understand you may have some other competitors with you. Is it a competition?
It is a competition. It's just that when I was asked to join, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds fun. Yeah, I'll help out. And I never felt like it was a competition. And I said, so then the very, very last day, and we were going to go up on stage and do this and do that, and everybody became very competitive. And I was looking at one of the ladies. I said, is this a competition now, or I thought we were friends? And we are all friends, of course. But there was a little bit competition all of a sudden, but I never felt competitive. I just felt like, oh, this is so much fun. I'm with all these ladies from all around the world, and they all have very good, things that already are working on. So this Noble Queen is just helping us. It's like a vehicle. It's like we all jumped on the same bus, and now we are together. So instead of all using bicycles and trying really hard on our own, now we are all together in one big bus, and soon sometimes on a big airplane, because sometimes we're just flying with the projects we're doing. So it's important to get together with like-minded. And yes, it is a competition, but I never felt like it. And I have always felt like people have already treated me like a queen here. I mean, people are very nice always to me. So that I now have a sash saying that I'm a queen, it didn't really change me more than that. Now I feel like maybe I grew like an inch.
Yeah. So it was really a friendly competition.
Yes, of course.
Wherein you excelled and you had this crown.
Yes.
And yet, afterwards, you became together with these other queen participants.
Yes.
And now you have one goal to help other people do these feeding programs and your other activities that you have. So are you still, can you say that you're still active in this kind of endeavor that you have been through?
Oh, yes, we're doing something every month. Every month we're out, and every year there is a new group of queens, and they had the competition was in Los Angeles last year, and this year I believe it's going to be in Japan.
Yes.
Yeah. And so different queens has maybe health and beauty. Others are, as I said, to feed. Others are like Doc Rob and Patricia Javier. She is very much for health and for chiropractor and for building up. So we all trying to help each other. So that's why I'm saying it's not a competition. We are helping each other, putting on makeup and making ourselves beautiful in the hair. And I think this scarf would fit there, and actually these earrings would look better with that. So we help each other. I'm more in the art and the music and teaching. We are into the educational program, and we put together money to put some kids through school.
Yes.
We have built a house out in Antipolo, so we are into the house building for people who does not have a house. Some people might have a house, but they don't have a front door, so then we help them with that.
So you're doing everything also, and also right now I feel lucky to be in one room with a queen, and I feel like a king. Thank you for that. And of course, one of your what I really like about what you're doing now is sort of what this regarding the environment.
Yes.
What are your specific what you call activities that help in order to preserve this environment? Environment.
Yeah, to plant mangroves. Mangroves are very important for around the world, for the whole, for the ocean, not to take over the land. Mangroves has a very specific needs, so it can grow in salt water. So there has been mangrove plantations up in northern part of Philippines, and I was just now, was it March? Yeah, we were down in, I think it's called Lobo or something, in very, very north of, very south of Luzon. We took a car and we drove for about 3 hours just to the very, very south.
Yes.
And there was, we were planting mangroves. And there was a whole program there where we, lots of mangroves. And if you look on the internet, on YouTube, and you Google mangroves, you will see how important that project is. And it was a DENR project.
Yeah.
We were helping out with there.
So I'm glad to hear that you're also doing these projects in cooperation with the local offices, like DNR, and I definitely would presume it's all your projects are successful projects that would be able to help in the preservation of our environment. So can we just have one photo, please? Because I owe one to my friend. I owe one to my friend who has a very intelligent son, and I'll just mention him. His name is Robert Jeremiah Rivera. I sent the picture. Robert Jeremiah Rivera is the son of my former classmate, Colegio de San Juan de Letran. Robert Rivera, a well-known dancer before Penthouse 7, and also a former Undersecretary for Public Information during the time of President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. And he has a very talented son. In fact, his achievements I cannot read anymore, because if I read it, it will take me the whole day. But I have, of course, I have to mention Robert Jeremiah Rivera. Congratulations! You have such you have a lot of achievements. You are a gold medalist, Hong Kong International Science Olympiad, goal-driven and diligent student with an intense desire to make a difference in the community. And you have a lot, of course, of awards that you have received. There are past awards and recognitions, academic awards and recognitions, locally and internationally. I'm sorry I cannot read it because we have only a few more because of time constraint. So, congratulations to my former classmate, my friend, Robert Rivera, for having a son, Robert Jeremiah Rivera. And nagmana sa iyo to, no? Ito naman iba. This is a different pala. Sorry, I posted it also. So, now we have to go back to our noble queen of the universe, Miss Janet Campas, who is now really giving us really good news about also the environment, how to be concerned with other people, to help also even people who cannot afford to these feeding programs. I think also you're doing such, and I think it's a good assistance. No? It is, of course, the duty of government to do this. However, there are also good Samaritans who help the government to ensure that these people who are in need are being cared of. So, and one of this, one of the groups that do this, of course, is the Noble Queen of the Universe. This group who has been also helpful to people who are in need. So now, can you? I have this question. Can you give me a little view of your future plans?
Yes, so when we go out and we plant trees, as I said, we've done a lot of tree planting, and then I always find like a little stone maybe someplace, or I take pictures of leaves or the flowers, and then I use those as inspiration also in my studio. So I have them just sitting around there, and they're since my artwork, I'm doing a lot of, I copy materials like stone or marble and granite and coral or jade. I have one big, huge, beautiful painting actually called Lady Jade. And so because of that, it's very inspirational to plant trees and see the grounds of the Philippines. So in the future here, I've already had 6 exhibits this year.
Yes.
At the Fashion Interiors, I was in Unimart, I was in SM Aura, and now in Yushchenko, and Paseo exhibit in SM Mega Mall on the 4th floor. It's a very contemporary, exclusive gallery there. So in the future here, I'm not really allowed to say just yet because I don't have the exact dates yet, but there will be, but one thing is for sure I know, because I'm in charge of that. It is a book that's going to come out because many people are asking.
Tell us more about it, please.
Yeah, who are you and where did you come from and why do you paint this way? I mean, they ask all these questions, plus. So I said, okay, I better put together a book. And one of my collectors is an absolutely excellent book maker, you know, that's her profession. So I don't know if we have I was going to give you the picture of the outside of the book, just to, like a teaser. It will first come out as a virtual book, but I am looking for sponsors to be able to print the book. And since my dad was a printer, and I grew up in a printing company, I really like for it to be a nice, high-quality book with a hardcover, and something people would keep and be proud of, but not too large, because I want young people to buy it. Because that is how I have learned a lot, is through books, through museums, and through exhibits. Through concerts. Every Sunday I went to the concert house just to listen to classical music. This is how young people learn, and that is what actually motivated me to do this book. Was young people they love my art, but they don't have the space or the money to buy it. So with this book they can have a little piece of me in their little cubicle or at their bed, or where they can look at my art, and that is how you get the frequency, the spirit of another artist. If you like to get that into you, you just have to read and learn.
Yep.
Did I answer a question, or did I?
I think so.
Go on and on and on.
I was listening. Anyway, in your paintings, I think you have encountered such as, what do you call this? Creative blocks. Can you tell us more about it and how you could get over this creative blocks, please?
Oh, creative blocks. Okay, yeah. Creative blocks it is like when you need to perform something, you need to paint it, and then you just are stuck. You don't know. So you go out and you have a cup of coffee with a friend, you maybe talk to some people that makes you happy, or you look at a funny movie and you laugh a lot, and then you maybe start to paint a little bit, but you don't get a nice flow. I always take out my violin, and then I play just anything. I put something on, maybe on YouTube, and I just kind of fill in the blanks, and then it just flows. You get into this little world, and if I don't answer people's texts or messages, or I'm off messaging or Facebook for days, is because I am in my creative space. I turn off everything, and then I can be in there for a few days, like 5-6 days sometimes.
Yes.
And I just paint.
So that's a nice one. It's nice to know that there is such people like you who are not only artists, but also have this urge also to assist people, and of course a beauty queen who is also not only beautiful as a queen, but is also making herself available in order to give also assistance to other people also. So it's really a nice what do you call this? Nice thing to hear. There are people, of course, I also have friends like members of the Soroptomist. I'm a member of the Rotary Club of Marikina Heights also. And I think we share the same endeavor also, that we have to really what they call this, adhere to the fact that no man is an island, that we are also responsible for what will happen to other people, that our gifts, we have a lot of gifts like you, we should also have to, to have to share it with other
Yes.
people. And also, that is the reason why we grow. It
Yes.
is also the
Correct.
reason how to grow, to share your blessings with others. And that is also what we admire with this lady on my side, this beautiful lady who has also given her time, most of her time, of course, doing what she wanted to do, to paint, and of course also to be of help to other people. So you are now, what do you call this, planning to have this book, and we hope that there will be people who will want to also to give also their share, to share, so that this project of Janet, no, Janet Campus would be successful also, and you will have also a share of what art is really giving us also, and whatever the benefits that we will have, to be happy also. So, Janet, it's already 4:56. Can you please give our listeners and our viewers your words, parting words, please?
Thank you very much for allowing me to come to your radio station here. And I'm very grateful for all the invites and all the lovely people I constantly meet when I go out. And I'm glad that everything is open again and we can meet face to face. But even if we did not meet maybe for a long time, I'm very appreciative that people have, that good heart we are working on or building up, or we keep on feeding that heart of kindness and to care for our neighbor at all times. And if you like to do something in your life for young people, you just think about it and you do it, and you go where they do that, where they paint or where they have music or whatever you really, really want to do. You need to think about it 24/7 for years, and it will come to you. You will work with what you love, and then you don't work anymore. You just enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you very much. And of course, we have to really care for the environment, because the environmental care works towards environmental protection and sustainability by striving to increase awareness to the efficient use of natural resources, by supporting what she's doing also, supporting tree plantations, water conservation, use of recycled products, alternate energy resources, and of course, eco-friendly products. And that is what also is being done by, what's that again? Queen of the Universe, Noble Queen of the Universe, which is also doing their part in protecting our environment. So let us please also give also our attention to this kind of whatever we can help in order for this world to be a better world to live in. Please let us also give it a try to at least do what people like our queen here and the members of the Noble Queen of the Universe are doing also. And also let us also share what we have, so that we could be giving our try in making this world a better place to live in. So with that, thank you very much, Noble Queen of the Universe, Janet Campas, and this is Sonny Ilustre.
Thank you.
Nagpapaalam po, pansamantala, upang magkasama-sama po tayong muli sa Sabado sa ating pong programang Sali Masa. If God is with us, no one can stand against us.
The views and comments of the hosts and guests are not necessarily those of the station.
Hello there, RJ here. My birthday is coming, which means birthday sale of RJ Guitar Center stores. I may be getting older, but I feel younger because every birthday I make you happy. Some people have asked me, why is the 50% off only at the end of the day? Can you make it more? Considering the public demand for that, we came up with a